Hi folks, my name is Nancy Tikhonov and I have a 40 plus year background in healthcare field in nursing and counseling and certified life coaching, and I'm also currently pursuing a degree in integrative medicine at Quantum University. Throughout my career, I figured out a long time ago that we have to approach health from a holistic perspective. By that I mean that for optimal health outcomes, we have to consider all the dimensions of what we are as humans, as a whole person. If we just treat the body, which traditional medicine for the most part still tends to do, then we're leaving a lot of healing potential left untapped. We have to factor in the fact that we are infinite beings at our essence of what we really are. You can name this life force whatever you will, whether it be spirit, source, divine mind, God, whatever you want to call it, but it's that thing that's breathing us and keeping us going without any input from ourselves. In addition, we're composed of our mind, which is our thoughts, will, emotions, things of that nature, and then of course the physical body, which is essentially the container for all of these things. And in order to have a comprehensive health plan, we have to put all of that together and have a complete treatment plan if we want to be at our optimal health, and I'm sure we all do. So for years, I saw medicine just treating the body, and I saw the lackluster results that went with it. And I was specifically for chronic conditions, both physical and in the mental realm. And I think it behooves us as health professionals to get at the root cause, whether it's a physical bacteria, an untreated, unresolved trauma, or a crushed spirit, or usually it's some combination of those three. So I used to feel so frustrated as a nurse when, here's an example, we would give a patient or a client tobacco cessation counseling because they were continuing to smoke. And we did this, you could look in their chart and it would be documented over and over, 50, 100 times. And the patient still continued to smoke. Sometimes they would even have to turn off their oxygen tank to do it because obviously that's a safety hazard. Oxygen and a combustible don't go together. But that just shows you the severity of the mindset and the addiction of the client. And I was so frustrated that we didn't recognize and approach that health problem holistically, because obviously just instructing and educating somebody is not enough. And so I finally opened my own private practice. I have a virtual health and wellness practice in which I do bioenergetic medicine and health and life coaching. And bring it together holistically from a holistic approach. So if you want more information about that, you can check out my website at forwardprogress.health. Anyway, when I was in counseling school, I learned a very valuable bit of information that served me well all these years. And that's the fact that all behavior has a reason. It's all motivated. Even no matter how destructive or unskilled the behavior is, it's motivated by a desire to get back to a state of homeostasis or a sense of balance or feeling at a normal state. And I see that inherent in humans. We want to be well, and we're going toward that. Again, sometimes very uninformed, very misguided ways, but that is the motivation behind the behavior. We're trying to get back to that normal state of health. And three-dimensional health, physical, mind, body. And so we just naturally, as humans, want to grow and develop, until the point that we oftentimes get it beat out of us, but as just an inherent part of our nature, that's where we want to go. And you'll see things like, if you get sick, why do you go to the doctor to get well? If you have a financial challenge, why do you try to borrow money to take care of that? You're trying to get back to a sense of normality and homeostasis and balance. If we didn't want those things, we would just accept the circumstances, whatever, and say, oh well, and deal with it. But that's not how we function as humans. So that being said, we as in this human condition have a dual nature to deal with. And it's the spirit part of us, that infinite intelligence part that just wants, it's rearing to go. And then there's the mind-body part that wants to keep us safe and secure at all costs, and that includes our brains. So we need to accept that we have this dual nature, and I suggest that you just, the sooner you accept it, the better. Don't try to resist it, because it's not going away. And, you know, no worries, because there's no need for concern, because we can totally retrain or train or reprogram, in most of our cases, our thinking, and so that we can live from a place of power within us. But again, we have our work cut out for us, because most of us were not programmed this way in our early formative years. So that's a lot of what I'll be talking about on this channel. And I'm going to come at it from a combined perspective of science and spirituality and the psychological aspects of health, because they're all intertwined. You can't just pick out a piece and say, oh, we're going to treat the mind and not the body. Oh, we're going to treat the spirit and not the psychological aspect of who we are. So anyway, I hope you glean insights into improving your own health and sharing this with your friends and family. And my best wish for you is that you be well. So may you be well, and I'll see you soon.